Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, and we're back with another weekly watch list. So it's Sunday. We got the market open tomorrow. We're just going to discuss the plays that we made last week, and then we're going to talk about my favorite play for this week, which looks extremely good. So Neo, we talked about this last week. It had an exceptional week, and we were looking for a price target of 48 last week. And if you go to extended hours, we actually touched it on the dot right at the end of Friday's session. So that was really good, and I'm expecting maybe some consolidation between 48 and 45 before making its next leg up into the 50s. C Limited, another one from our watch list, had a beautiful bounce out of this wedge break here, and now it's already into the 200s, and our first target's going to be 207.65. So we're looking at this around 193, so it's been making a super good move off of that, and I'm expecting 207 this week for sure, probably in the beginning of the week. Lululemon, it went up to my first price target / resistance level, and it rejected shortly after. It tried to break out, but as you can see, this huge impulse candle down. So I think it's going to consolidate between 380 and 360 for a bit, because it did have a monster run this week, and it definitely needs to cool down for sure. But that one was a great play. We caught that near 350, and it was a super nice run into the end of the week. In JP Morgan, which we were actually looking for the rising triangle setup here, it broke out of it, which was unfortunate, but we did stay in the play because it held my stop of 118.10. And as you can see, in extended hours, we absolutely mooned because they announced that banks can start buying their shares back, and JP Morgan announced that they're going to buy $30 billion worth of shares. So that's going to open up extremely nicely. We're likely going to open up in the money with over a month out if you joined our play in the Discord. And we're going to be holding on to that one for our 132 target. And finally, so my favorite play looking into this week is going to be Beyond Meat. As you can see, it kind of had this symmetrical triangle setting up, and it's been ranging in between 134 and 145. And it looks like it's getting ready to break out. As you can see, it broke this trend line that's been holding it down. As you can see, touch here, touch here, touch here. And it's got this bottom trend line that's likely to be valid. I'm not considering it valid yet because it only has 2 touches, but it's definitely going to come into play, and I think it's going to hold that trend line for sure. So our ideal entry is going to be this trend line here. And if you can get to the bottom, I wouldn't enter now unless it breaks above this 145.67 level and it breaks above with volume. Then you can chase the breakout. But we want to get in near this 140 level for sure. And then as you can see, we have lots of room to go back up. We have the targets of 160, 171, and 197. So this play has a lot of room to go, and I think it's going to slowly make its way up there. So make sure if you're buying options contracts, buy time. And I think it could definitely make its way up into the mid to high 180s to 190s. And then just my overall look at the market, I think we're going to have another bullish week. As you can see, we held this trend line that we talked about last week, and it's got a nice long wick rejection here with some really good buying volume at this level, this 368, 367 level. So I think we're going to go back up to the 370s and maybe make a new high this week. So yeah, it all just confirms that my bullish bias for next week, and I think we're going to have a really good setup with Beyond. Just make sure you play the levels that I was talking about, play that bottom trend line, and we're going to have a really good week this week. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't checked out my most recent video, which is teaching kind of how I go through charting, just mostly the basics. There's some deeper stuff that we can dive into on a later date. But if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. I think it's very helpful. I've had a lot of positive feedback on it. So I will see you guys tomorrow with another watch list, and peace.